Look at my Star Trek toys! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Look at My Star Trek Toys. It's a little show where I'm Keith Varney. I show my buddy Mike and Deglio my Star Trek toys. Today we have another exciting unboxing and review of a really cool toy sent to us from super patron Kevin Miles. But before we do that, Mike, how you doing? Now, we should also make the announcement that if you are watching this and you are a Deep Space Nine viewer of Keith and Mike Watch Deep Space Nine, you wonder, hey, where was the episode this week? Mike, explain to them where the episode was this week.
Well, we decided, and by we, I mean me, that we were going to take the week off to just exacerbate that feeling of waiting between seasons. Also, I bought a house, and
yes,
the last minute financial paperwork and underwriting and all that stuff really took its toll on my life. So we literally just did not have free time to do it. So what better time to wait, get a episode of Toys in the Can, and we'll be back next week. Do not sweat it.
No, absolutely, and we're going to have the swap over to our new season 6. I've redone all of the graphics, new appropriate for season 6,
Ooh.
and I even have a surprise for Mike, who has been angling for a promotion.
That's true.
From Noob.
Does it come with a pay raise?
It comes with, you know what, 50% more than you make now, which is 0.
I'll take it.
All right. Well, take it. All right. So let's get into this week's episode. So this is, again, from all the series of toys and props that Kevin Miles sent us, one of our fantastic patrons. You can join him at patreon.com/K&M and get all sorts of bonus material and blah, 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 blah. But you can send us stuff in the mail by emailing us at lookatmystartrektoys@gmail.com. And then we're going to open it up and geek out about it right here on the internet. And today's Open It Up and Geek Out is an original Starfleet phaser from Star Trek The Next Generation. One of many of these similar phasers that Playmates put out. We recently reviewed the phaser from First Contact. And so we
should revisit, because in that review, we talked a lot about the perhaps inauthentic sounds.
Yes.
And there was a couple of kickbacks with potential explanations.
Yeah. I believe there was also some saying like, no, that's not the sound. Some people had different feelings either way. You know what? Until I bring this home for Christmas and play it for my uncle who won't remember, we're gonna find out. I'm hoping that this week's phaser sounds are a little bit more.
What are the chances
authentic.
you could get that on camera, Keith, in real time?
Oh, of Jim not remembering?
Of like you asking him, do you know if these sounds are correct in real time? And just him just scoffing it off. Just him just completely being uninterested.
It'd be like, what is that? It's a phaser.
That would be great content. Great content.
I'll see if he's willing to put up with that. We'll see. All right, yeah. I what I do is I try to limit the amount of Star Trek bothering I do with him at family functions. But maybe this one's worth it. But first off, what's worth it this week? First off, this is the original Starfleet phaser. What year did this come out? I believe it was 94. It was 92. So this was out with the first series of Playmates. So this was the first wave of the figures, which was the next gen main cast, the Enterprise D. And this came out right in that very first wave.
I miss a Kmart. I miss a Kmart.
I miss a Kmart, not as much as I do a KB Toys, but I used to go at my office to one of the very last living Kmarts, which was in Manhattan on 34th. Yeah, 30
underneath Penn
35th
Station.
Street.
Yeah.
Under Penn Station. Yeah. Because my office was like a block away. So like that old Kmart
that place was a hole.
Oh, it was terrible,
Yeah.
especially near the end. But the Kmarts, if you were ever around one as they were dying, because there's another one here in New Jersey that used to be, they're giant buildings, but they slowly contract. And so you go to the edges of any of where the merchandise is, and it's just like blank, empty space. And then there's like 300 of the same shovels and nothing else. Retail. Anyway, so again, 1992 collector's edition. So all of these were numbered. In case you're playing at home, this is number 53,408. I wonder how many they actually made of these. But if we're already up to 50,000, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly retailed back in 1992 for just under $10.
That's not bad.
Pretty reasonable, although $10 was not nothing in
Not
1992.
nothing, but under the threshold of like, hey mom, when she's already busy at the store, like maybe you could slip it in the cart.
Oh, well, not my mom. So you can see what else came out this time: the Enterprise D, the Communicator, and the Shuttlecraft Goddard. The Goddard and the Enterprise D, we have reviews for, unboxings and reviews in our archives here at Look at My Star Trek Toys. So we've got a couple of fun things. We're gonna have a power level indicator, stun control, trigger access plates. So this already looks to be more detailed.
Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be a sticker or legit the light indicator.
And whether or not it's going to be lit. Well, look, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, does it take batteries? Does it say anything about batteries?
It does take batteries. Double A, not even AAA. Well, lucky
Okay,
me.
now we're talking.
So it's good. It's going to give it some heft. I like it.
They don't
So,
show a clip again. Remember we had a problem with the clip on the last one, but I think I saw somebody putting it on his belt.
Well, we're about to find out because we are going to open this. Now, I know Kevin took out the batteries, so happily we will not have the corrupted battery. But other than that, this is a brand new, in these early era ones, they gave us some pretty cool blueprints of everything. I remember that for the D as well. So if you ever want to know what any of these buttons are, this is going to tell you. Because I don't know. I should know, but I don't. So here we go into the phaser. See, already I'm liking this more than the First Contact one. It's a little bit smaller in the hand, but I think the black and gray and the red, it sticks out more, and this feels much more like the iconic phasers from my childhood because it was used. Not for 7 seasons, because the first couple of seasons, they had the original Dustbuster one, and they always have the little hand one before I think they settled down onto this sort of iconic phaser for next gen. But yeah, so here it is. There's, if you're wondering, guess what? They had screw holes back in 1992, and as somebody wise said on one of our comments, screw holes, they're part of life. You know what? Just gonna be part of it. And as we complained endlessly about the 2022 Playmates stuff, there is the copyright language. It's there. It's got to be there.
I'll say that both on screen and in role play, you're not looking at the underside of the phaser very often.
Not often, no. So we have these panels here. These are just stickers on the panel. They don't do anything.
Well, the lights look like stickers too, right?
I like the detail. So this is not a sticker. This is actually tactile, and it's painted. I do not believe it's going to light up. But at least we have some color variations up there, which I don't know. I like it. See, it's, not to get too far into it, but this one is much more monochromatic. And,
did that one light up? I can't remember.
It does. It lights up a little bit, but I was expecting when I saw it, like they do on the show, you turn it up for kill and down to stun, that it was going to, work its way up as you hit the button like it does on the show. Now, understanding that, the show prop has a great deal higher budget, as opposed to just not really being relayed, just turns on when you hit this. I was sort of hoping that was going to work that way, but thus far, it doesn't do that. But you know what? We have several more of these phasers to look through. So here it is. We have a reflective sticker on this part here. So I think let's throw some batteries in here.
Absolutely.
And see what it does.
Already on a scale of I want to play with that as a kid versus, because at this price point at retail, they were going for kids, right? Less so collectors, more kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Color. Hashtag color, right?
Yeah, and I mean it's screen accurate, and I need it to be screen accurate as well. But they were probably thinking more in terms of color and contrast for the screen as well.
I'm
So we're
remembering, I was thinking to myself, I think it was last week or the week before when we were looking at one of these, how I wasn't as much into the guns, the pew pew type toys, and then I
Mhm.
realized that I think I have altered history because some of my favorite toys growing up was the Proton Pack, the Ghostbusters Proton Pack,
Sure,
and then also the Hans phaser or Hans light gun
right?
from Trek. Those were or from Star Wars. Those are some of my favorite toys, and those of course were, as it turns out, Keith, weapons.
Guns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever have the laser tag
Oh
system?
yeah, the red one with like
The
the
red and
front
black
panel.
one?
Yeah, the
The
hexagon. Yep.
Oh my god. Well, you can see it on my cinematic achievement, Star Trek: The Wrath of Niner, also from 1992. If you're wondering, in our feed here, you can see those phasers from the laser tag game. That was it barely worked, but it looked so freaking cool. It didn't matter, and it made the noise. So,
All right, here we go.
all right. So this switch doesn't do anything with the pew pews, but I bet it does toggle which sound we're gonna get. Here we go. Oh no, it makes the noise,
No light up front.
but I think my bulb is burned out. Oh, alas. Weird, it has that sort of machine gunny thing too. Huh. Because this one I recognize for sure, but that I don't recognize. You know what? I'm. What if I? What if I went up to Jim over Christmas and I brought all like 9 of them?
Mm-hmm.
And be like, okay, what about this one? What about this one? What about this one?
No, what you do is it's like the RC Cola blind taste test. You have him
Mhm.
facing the other direction. You play each one and see if he can place which phaser it is.
I believe at that point, I would not be served dinner.
No, hold on.
And-
What if you gave him a few rum punches first?
I mean, sure, but he would just drunkenly throw me out of his house.
Yeah. Okay. And then, but while he's facing the other way, you could steal the Emmys.
I doubt that. I doubt that.
Borrow, just a soft borrow.
Just borrow. Just a sub. I just want to keep it for a while.
just back here on the desk.
I have so many stories about stuff. I'll spare all the world. I'll tell Mike offline. But yeah, so here's the clip. Right. So you're wondering about the clip, and the clip is on there. But it's not sideways.
Mm-hmm.
So I think both I think this is accurate because they sort of wore them a little bit, sideways on the in that movie, where this is straight up and down. But this does 2 things. One, it doesn't bother my eye like that does, being clipped that way, because it's just sideways, and that does not please my my neurodivergence. However, this also helps if you clip it into your waistband, you're much less likely to laser off your junk.
Fair.
So it feels more practical as well.
Now, out of curiosity,
Mhm.
can you? I guess you probably don't have a Phillips head with you. I was going to say, I wonder if the bulbs are interchangeable on these bad boys.
I believe that people have actually.
I mean, like from the other phaser you have on your desk currently. Could you do a swap just to give it the full?
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, this is getting deep in the weeds here, but
Well, luckily I have a magic button in my editing suite that can fast forward this.
that's true. All right, well let's see. I don't know. It's a really good question. I like it. I like the idea.
Let's look at this, baby.
Oh yeah, 100%. These are the same bulbs. Easy peasy.
Be silly to not use the same bulbs, right?
It would have been like 7 years or at least 6 years. So home ownership 101, Mike. Get yourself one of these.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a little cheap Black and Decker 20 volt cordless drill. I think it was like 30-40 bucks. I use it every damn day. I could not recommend this particular drill more.
This episode of Look at My Star Trek Toys brought to you by Black & Decker. Black & Decker. We like it cheap. We like it easy.
But it works. However, it's not working here. Oh, hold on. Aha, okay. Bulb is out. We're going to put in the other bulb. This is interesting.
This is
I never
kind of
knew
cool. They decided.
was on the inside of all this. So yeah, so there's our speaker and our controls. Pretty big, giant speaker. Interesting. All right, so let's now throw some batteries in here and see if this works. All right. Yes. Okay.
Hey, look at my Star Trek toys for the win.
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right, let's put this back together.
Now, I know you're probably wondering, folks, why are they celebrating? Well, if you knew how often we had an idea and that went nowhere, that did not come to fruition, you'd understand that these small wins we have to take.
Mike, they know that we're in musical theater and writers. I have nothing but ideas that go nowhere.
Now, Keith,
Yes.
on that small little non-functioning bulb that is on your desk,
Uh-huh.
does it somewhere, is there a marking that says what kind of bulb it is? I wanted to see if I could find you the LED replacement.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I think it's in the documentation. In the hold on. Let me see. Not going to be in the in-canon documentation. Here it is. Here's the button control, sounds, attached label, diagram,
It says LED 3 volt.
energize. To replace the batteries, replace the light bulb. Here it is.
For $5, you can get a pack of. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15. There you go. That seems more like it.
That sounds more like it. That's more my price.
Oh, that's probably a worthwhile adventure eventually.
Oh, for sure. All right, now this goes back here. Can I get it back in with the bulb in place? I got it off with the bulb in place. Okay. That one goes this one. This one goes this one. Oh,
Look at that.
I'm so impressed with us. All right, so
Like many of our other things, Keith, Mike has an idea and Keith's doing all the work.
Keith makes it happen. Not wrong. Not wrong.
It's very hashtag on brand.
All right. Write a theme song for our podcast.
Hey, you know what? I'll take credit for introducing Keith to high yield savings accounts.
That's true, 100%, and more than $100, man.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
I have like $400 I didn't have because you introduced me to that. Okay. Oh, here's the moment. Yes,
That's cool. It's so much cooler with the light.
Oh, look at that.
That's rad.
See, I have a plan to use this exact toy during I Got Fired. If it ever gets produced again.
Well, now you know you can get the LED. You don't have to worry about replacing the bulb.
Amazing. Oh, that's fantastic. I tell you what, I like this one very much.
Yes, me too.
It's got a good hand feel. The light is so much brighter than just the little tip here with the 96 one. No, I'm delighted. I
Now-
like this toy very much.
Now, my early criticism about the doodad, the sort of measurement display,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cross-check myself because, one thing we've liked about the Playmates toys is that even though they're cheap, they've clearly stood the test of time in many ways.
Right.
And these are things that are going to get played with kids and tossed around and thrown into a bucket and handed me down and such and such. The more sort of intricate LED display you have, or LCD,
More like you're gonna break it.
yeah. It's gonna break, or the bulb's gonna blow, or whatever, and then you just have this empty thing that does nothing, right? Like that looks like crap that you want to play with later. It looks broken. Here, at least, though it doesn't move or do anything, it's gonna always be functional.
This is a tough toy. Like, I feel like I could throw this across the room and it would be okay. And the fact that they built in the ability to swap out the bulb.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The fact that it has actually been designed in such a way with the screw holes that we all hate so much. It's because of the screw holes that I'm able to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think like that's a win. So tell you what, 1992 Playmates, thumbs up. Thumbs up. So here we go. Love it. I really like this one. This one's great. Super fun. Definitely going to find ways to use it. So thank you to Kevin Miles for sending this our way. We still have more. I'm so excited to get into it. This might have been the most fun one I've had in a while. Doing some surgery.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Super great. So thank you to our patrons. You can join them at patreon.com/K&M. Here are the few, the proud, I don't know about proud, but the fantastic folks who keep the lights on here on the show. Yeah, we're going to see you back here next week with another one of these things, but you can reach us at lookatmystartrektoys@gmail.com. Till then, this has been Look at My Star Trek Toys!